Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. I am Martina Lily and today we are doing 3 looks, 1 palette using the new McGrath Labs Mothership 11 Sunlit Seduction. Now I do have an original review and in-depth swatches of this palette and also an in-depth swatch comparison video of this palette against the rest of my Mothership, or rest of my McGrath Labs collection I should say. Both of those videos, wow I can't speak today, will be linked in the description box down below for you guys. So hopefully all that sounds interesting. If it does, go ahead and do the YouTubey things, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. Let's get into look 1. I'm going to use the Intensifies Long Wear Primer from Pat in every look. I'm still kind of testing this to get my feelings on it. My initial thoughts is it actually reminds me quite a bit of the Rare Beauty eye primer feel and texture. I really like it. It has a bit of a slip to it, and when I wore this in my review video it worked really lovely. I forgot to mention it in the video. It wore really lovely and the shadows performed really lovely over the top of it. But I just want to test it out and I'll give you guys my final thoughts on it after these 3 looks. Today I really want to go into the purple special shade here because I used these 3 in my initial review, so I want to use this one today. And it seemed like from my initial review video the consensus was like 2 glamish looks and 1 everyday look, so that's kind of what we'll aim for. I'm going to dip into this matte first with a Rephr 16. I'm going to start by lightly blending this through the crease. It seemed like from watching my review video, or sorry, looking at the comments in my review video, that most of you felt the same way if you've tried this palette as me. So that was nice to know, and I've actually since watched a few reviews. I don't watch reviews before I do my review because I don't want to be like unconsciously biased or anything. But it seems like everyone's kind of had the same experience as me, so phew, to be honest with you, because I was like, am I the only one that feels this way about this palette? So I'm just wiggling to blend this out, and I've packed it on the outer corner here. And I will say, because I saw one of the comments was like someone actually wanted this palette specifically for the mattes, and I will say if you want this palette for the mattes, go for it. The mattes are a lovely quality. I think you'll really like it. As per usual as well, everything will be linked down below in the description box. They are affiliate links, so if you shop through them, thank you so much. I just got back from Bali, and while I don't tan, I got so much, is it melasma or just hyperpigmentation from the sun this time, like all on my forehead and that. Normally I get it here from my under eyes. This is the first time I got it all over my face, so I don't know, do I have to do laser to get rid of that? What do I do to get rid of this? Intensify stick from Pat. I'm just going to pop this over 3/4 of the lid. This is a Delium Tools 773, and now we're going to dip into this stunning purple shade right here. This is my kind of a purple shade, I won't lie. I don't love a royal purple, but if it's a smoky eggplant purple or a lilac or a lavender, I'm all for it. So I was pretty pumped when I saw this purple. So I'm just going to press this onto where I put the intensifiers. Listen, that is a beautiful shade. Absolutely beautiful. It looks stunning, but is it a Pat McGrath Labs special shade like experience for me? No. Is it a beautiful shade? Yes. But it just doesn't feel like that Mothership specialness, if that kind of makes sense. If this wasn't a Mothership, if this was like a 6-pan maybe, I'd be like, oh wow, that's, you know, I'd feel differently. And I know that people would be like, yeah, but you shouldn't, blah, blah, blah. But you know, for me, it's about the experiences that I've had of the previous 10 Motherships kind of thing. That's where I'm coming from with this. If you can hear rummaging around, it's because my boy Kingston has just gotten up on the desk. I've just gotten back and he has not left my side since I've returned. My friend stayed in our house and looked after him, but he's very much a mummy's boy. Say hello. This is Kingston. Hi. He doesn't like, he's camera shy. That is the purple shade right there. As I mentioned, it's very pretty. I probably wouldn't really even pair it with that matte, to be honest. I would pair this with a more cool tony, either purple matte or like the subliminal shade, but for the sake of using the palette, I mean, it does look pretty, don't get me wrong. I'm just gonna pick up a BK 205 and I'm actually gonna dip into this dark brown metallic. I'm just gonna see what this looks like as a deepening shade on the outer corner here. Gosh, that has a lot of fallout. I'm gonna leave this here for now and do the speed through of my base makeup, and then we'll come back and we will finish the eyes, do highlighter and blush and lips together as well, like we normally do if you've seen these videos. Base is on. Let's take this shade on a Sephora Precision Shadow Brush for the lower lash line. I'm just gonna press that in here. I didn't mean to go so sharp on this edge here, but we're just gonna roll with it. Inner corner, we're gonna go into the champagne shade. And I'm just gonna swoop it into the crease a bit as well. And this is a What's Up R109, by the way. Eyeliner I'm taking for the top waterline, the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal in Fig, which is a purple one. For my lower waterline, I'm actually going to take Olive from Melt. Let's take this Huda One Coat Wow for a mascara. For cream highlight, let's take Westman Atelier Peau de Rose. I just pick it up with my sponge. Oh, I love this highlighter so much. I keep forgetting to try it how Michelle Wong did it under her eyes as like a bit of a color corrector before she did her concealer. I keep forgetting to try that. I'm gonna set that with Capri from NARS. Not that you necessarily need to, but you know I'm extra and I like to. For cream blush, I'm gonna try this NARS cream blush in Wanderlust. This is the purple one. I actually ordered this in Dolce Vita from Cult Beauty ages ago, and they sent me the wrong shade, and then they were like, you have to send it back to us, and then we'll send you a different, like the correct shade. And I was like, you live in England, like it's actually not even worth the 40 or 30 something dollars this cost me. So anyway, we're gonna try this purple one. And I'm gonna try it with my sponge because it just feels like that kind of a formula. And I gotta be honest, yeah, I didn't think these were gonna be any good because and I know they had mixed reviews, but I was like, I can't help myself, I need to try it. And I feel like you can see just a tint there, but when you swatch this on the back of the hand, it literally blends into nothing, like actually nothing. So I don't know if the other shades are like this because I only have this one. And it has a soft kiss, but like, I don't know if you can see, right? Like nothing, literally nothing. It just kind of feels a bit greasy. So anyway, I hadn't tried it yet and I wanted to give it a try. I'm gonna set it with Flirtatious from Pat. I'm gonna set my face with the Lisa Eldridge setting spray. Lips, I'm gonna take Pat Contour Lip Liner again. And then I'm gonna take Nude Romantique 2 from the Satin Allures. Let me go figure out hair and jewelry and stuff, and we will zoom out and see the finished look. 2 seconds. All right, my friends, this is the finished makeup look 1. What do you guys think? I feel very grungy, very 90s, if you will, in this makeup look. I quite like it. I personally would change the mattes. Again, I would use like a more cool tony matte just for my personal preference. But, you know, for the sake of using all of the one palette, this is what it would look like. So that is look number 1. I do think that purple shade is very pretty. I just don't think it's anything crazy special, which is what I'm expecting from a special shade, but that's okay. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead now and move on to look number 2. Look number 2, hello. This is the next day. This is the Pat McGrath Labs eye primer, by the way. I'm really enjoying this primer. I've used it on 4 looks now. I really like it, and I do think, update, if you have oily lids, I think it will be okay. If you like the Rare Beauty eye primer, you will 100% like this primer. Also, if I look a little rough, it's because I just filmed a different video and washed my makeup off to do this look. I'm going to take my Rephr 33 and dip into this pink right here. So I'm just going to wiggle this into the crease, just starting really small because I really don't want to go too pigmented. FYI, I'm pretty sure when this video goes up, Pat McGrath is having 30% off end of summer sale on her website, but it does not include Sunlit Seduction, just FYI. We're gonna leave that there. And now I'm gonna take my Intensify stick from Pat, and I'm just gonna pop this all over the lid. What I'm gonna do is take this shade right here, which is the kind of coral copper shade, I think it's copper. I'm gonna pop that on the lid. If my blending looks a little patchy, 1, don't come for me. I'm not a makeup artist, and 2, it's just because this is my second look for the day. And I have sensitive eyes, all right? So I don't know if you can tell, but in my original review, if you've caught it, I said I don't think, if you have mature lids, I don't think this metallic formula will suit it, like will suit your lids or look as good. I mean, some people don't care, but if you care about that, I stand by that, because that looks like my lids look real crepey and they're not. So yeah, this isn't her normal metallic formula from my experience, just FYI. Obviously, if you don't care about that, or you like a more denser foiled metallic, then you do you. I'm just gonna pick up a Rephr 1 and I'm gonna dip in, I'm actually just gonna mix these 2 shades together, just really softly. I just wanna blend this a little bit more here. Taking the same Rephr 2, I'm now going to dip into this shadow. This is actually my favourite shadow in this whole palette. It's very pretty. It's like this goldy pink, but it is very glittery, so just keep that in mind. And I'm just going to press it on top of that shade. You could also wet your brush or put down some more Intensify stick to really minimise any potential fallout if you wish. Now that looks beautiful, in my opinion, over that shade. Stunning. I'm gonna leave the eyes here for now. Very quick and simple. If you wanted to, you could also skip either of the metallic steps, really. Like if you just wanted to put a scatter of like fairy dusting, don't put like the copper metallic on. Or if you just want the metallic, just put that on, you know? Bob's your uncle. So we're gonna do the speed through of my base makeup now and then come back and finish the look up like we do. So 2 seconds. base is all on. And I gotta tell you, I am loving the Prada foundation. I really am. It's looking really nice. Anyway, let's do this lower lash line. I've just got a What's Up R107 and I will just do a little mix of these two and just lightly do this, you know, nothing groundbreaking. I gotta be honest, you guys, and I'm not trying to overly hate, I really am not, but I think I would love this palette a lot more. Love's a strong word. I would probably enjoy this palette a lot more if these mattes weren't pink. I think that's what it is. It's like every single look I do, I feel like it's the same because it's just so pinky cranberry from the mattes, whereas I feel like if she put more neutral mattes in here, it would be a lot better. And you'd get a lot more diversity in the looks. That's just obviously a personal opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm gonna take this shade for the inner corner. This is a What's Up R109. I'm just gonna take my Black Victoria Beckham liner on my top waterline, the brightener from Victoria on my lower waterline, and my Bad Girl Bang mascara, and then we'll do highlight and blush together. I'm gonna take the Pearl Glow Tape from Tarte. So I just do that and then take it on my sponge. I also just got this incredible highlighter from Chanel. The review will already be up on my channel. So we're gonna take this because I have fallen in love with it. Look at it, oof, fire. I love it, I love it. Blush, we're going to take Sunlit Seduction from Pat. I'm actually just gonna pop it on the back of my hand and take it with an BK Angie 507 today. Let's just see how this applies. Oh, beautifully, great, love it. Look at that, that is stunning, I'm sorry. And then we naturally have to take Paradise Glow from Pat. This is the best blush shade in my opinion. Gorgeous, if you ask me, gorgeous. All right, let me pick a lip. Lip liner, I'm gonna take my new favorite, 100 from Dior. And then we're gonna try Muted Mauve from Mario. No, that's too deep. Too deep. I think it actually needs Breathless from NARS. Yep, that's way better. Let me figure out jewelry and everything and we'll zoom out and see the finished look too. Finished look too, what do you guys think? I really do like the way that the metallics have layered. I can't get around these mattes. I just can't. And you know what I think it might be for these mattes is like, see this color in the pan here? It's more of like a cool tony pink. And I just don't feel like it translates that way on the eyes. I feel like on the eyes it translates like reddish. And I just don't vibe with that. So I feel like if I put neutral mattes in here or even cool tone smoky purple mattes, this would be a lot more like my vibe, what I feel comfortable in and like what I would feel beautiful in, if that's kind of makes sense. Because that's what makeup is about to me. I don't wear it because I feel like I have to wear makeup. I wear it because it brings me joy and it makes me feel like me. And yeah. Anyway, you get it. But I do like the metallics. I think they look pretty. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the last look. Look number 3, the last look. If I'm looking even rougher now, it's because this is my third look for the day. Pat primer. Don't hate me. I can't do it. It will hurt my soul. And I know that sounds dramatic, but I can't do something I don't want to do. I just can't. So I am going to dip into Subliminal's taupe shade here. Now, if that upsets you, I'm sorry. This is just, again, it's my experience, my opinion. You can obviously just switch out this taupe shade to any one of those shades, okay? And I know that I'll get someone that's like, yeah, but you're supposed to use the shades in the palette to show like 3 looks. I get it, but like this palette is not inspiring me with those mattes. I've done 3 looks, like my review video and then those first 2 looks, and like I don't like those mattes. And it's not the quality of the mattes, okay? The quality of the mattes is perfect. I just don't like the shade and I can't do it for the third one. I want to create a look with this palette that I actually really, really like. So anyway, off me high horse. What I'm just trying to say is if you want to use the pink, you use the pink. Oh, this is a What's Up R104. Sorry if that was a bit sassy. I know the comments I'll get. And obviously if you don't have this shade, that you do not need it, trust me. You can just even use like your bronzer or any transition shade in your collection. And if like Sunlit Seduction is the only palette that you own, honestly, if you're in a bronzer, just use that. And then if not, just use the pink shades or the shades in that palette. And it will just turn out slightly more pink looking, or a lot more pink looking. Picking up now a R103. I will go into a small amount of this brown. If it starts going too pink leaning or red leaning is what I'm finding these mattes go to. They're not even pink, they're red. If it starts doing that, I'm gonna pick up a different shade, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna use a small amount. I'm going to take my intensified stick from Pat. Again, you don't need this. You could totally use concealer, wet your brush, use nothing, up to you. You know, for them, like, I'm sure all of you can say this spiel pretty much off by heart if you watch my videos regularly. But I use it for the fallout more so. And also because it just makes your shadows just really grip to your eyes. I'm actually going to go into this chocolate brown metallic shade because I feel like a nice chocolate smoky eye might look quite nice today. Or for this look. And I'm just gonna, this is the Rephr 2 if I didn't say. I'm just gonna press this all where we put the intensifiers. This chocolate brownie color reminds me of the darker metallic shade in the Melt Cosmetics Gemini 2 palette. The texture and just even the shade of it just reminds me of that palette, of that shade in that palette. Gosh, I cannot speak. Picking up that R103, this is the, and going into the, like you can see anything, going into the dark brown in this Mothership. I'm just gonna blend the edge here. I'm going to leave the eyes here and we're going to do the speed through of the base makeup and then come back and finish everything up. Base makeup is on. I also just quickly put the bronze satin kajal liner in my top waterline and my Victoria Beckham brightener in my lower. Now I'm going to take a Sephora Precision Shadow Brush and go into this shadow from Subliminal. Again, if you don't have this, just use whatever shade you choose to use in the crease. Just with the same brush, I'll go into a teensy bit of the dark brown here. And then on a Rephr 12, I'll just go into the champagne shade again for the inner corner. I'm not going into any of the other shades for any of the inner corners because they're just a bit too glittery for my liking for the inner corner is all. Bad Girl Bang mascara, and then we will do blush and highlight and lips. For liquid highlighter, I'm going to take my Gucci one. Also, I've been meaning to say this every look. I love this Pat McGrath Labs bronzer brush. So this is just the one that she brought out with the fetish bronzers. I love it. I don't know if you've noticed in all my videos lately, I've been using it. I really like it as a bronzer brush. Ooh. I'm going to take Golden Nectar from Pat, which you can't get Golden Nectar anymore, unfortunately, but you can get like other shades. So I'll link those if you're interested. I'm going to take Playground from Victoria Beckham for my cream blush. Oh, this is BK A507, and this has become a new fave cream blush brush. And then I just have to do Paradise Glow again from Pat because it's just the perfect kind of neutral, chocolatey blush for this eye look. I think we have to take the Natasha Denona My Dream Lip Trio for this look. So that is what we're gonna do. Perfect. All right, let me figure out jewelry and all that kind of stuff, and we'll zoom out and we will wrap these three looks up. All right, my friends, third and final look. What do you guys think? This is my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. And I think it's because it's the least like reddy pink leaning. I've said it a million times, I'm redundant, but these two mattes, if they were more of a straight like neutral or brown, just a brown period, and not so like red on the eyes, I think I would like this palette more than I do. I stand by my initial review, to be honest with you, and just keep that in mind, just my opinion, you know, just my opinion. If you love this palette, I'm happy for you, truly, because you didn't waste your money. I don't think these are special shades. This one probably is kind of a special shade, but not really. Like, I just don't think these are special shades. I think these are, well, pretty shades, very, very heavy and like thick and dense, very much like the Melt Cosmetics formula to me. So if you like that, you'll like them. And yeah, I don't know. I've got to be honest with you. I'm excited to have completed these three looks and not actually have to dip into this palette for a while now, if I'm honest. And that sucks because for me, that's the first time I've ever felt that way about a Pat McGrath Labs palette, period. Like, period. Even out of her quartz and stuff. I'm disappointed in this Mothership, I won't lie. I really am. And I think you can be a fan and an intense lover of someone but still be disappointed by something, right? So I'm still going to watch the brand. I'm still going to buy her products and her new releases, let's be honest. But I do think moving forward with eyeshadow palettes for me, if they are so pink, I actually think I will stop purchasing the palettes because unless it's a color story for me moving forward that I really, really love, I just think I need to take a beat because this palette has disappointed me and the pinks are just too pink for me and it's not what I like to wear. So yeah, but her other products, like, you know, I still stand by her cream blushes, her powders, her bronzer, her foundation. Like, I stand by so many of her products. I stand by all of the other 10 Motherships and her other palettes. But yeah, it's just this one, I'm really hoping this is not a precursor of what to come, and I hope this is an anomaly. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know your favorite look, if there was one. And if you're watching to this point, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so, so much. I truly appreciate you. I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.